Hey football fans! Welcome to today's countdown of the biggest football stadiums in Cumberland and Westmorland, two beautiful regions up in the north of England. These aren't your massive Premier League giants, but they're packed with history, passion, and a whole lot of heart. From tiny grounds hosting grassroots football to larger arenas hosting league battles, let's dive into the football homes of this part of the UK. And we're starting from the smallest to the largest. Let's get into it. 16. Cleator Moor Celtic A.F.C, McGrath Park. Cleator Moor Celtic has deep football roots, having been around since 1908. McGrath Park is a small ground with a capacity of 1,000, but it's the heart of football in Cleator Moor. The club plays in the Wearside League and is loved for keeping the football spirit alive in this rural community. What's special here? The close-knit atmosphere, where everyone knows each other and match days feel like family reunions. 15. Appleby Football Ground, Brumby Hall Sports Ground. Appleby Football Ground is a hub for local football in Appleby and Westmorland. Though it only holds 1,100 fans, this ground plays a key role in supporting grassroots football. The club fosters local talent, and there's a strong sense of community on match days. The players here are local heroes, and while the stands aren't towering, the excitement is massive. 14. Windermere Road, Ambleside United. Ambleside United calls Windermere Road home. This ground holds up to 1,500 fans and sits within one of the most picturesque parts of England, the Lake District. Football here feels different, with the stunning backdrop of lakes and mountains. Ambleside United competes in the Westmorland League, and while it may not be a massive stadium, the view and the tight-knit local support make it something special. 13. Ambleside United Football Ground. Ambleside United Football Ground also sits in Ambleside, a local rival to Windermere Road. With the same 1,500 capacity, this ground is equally picturesque. There's not much between these two grounds, but local derbies get the town buzzing, with fans turning out in their hundreds for every clash. 12. Keswick Football Club Ground. In the heart of the Lake District, Keswick Football Club Ground is a small but mighty venue. It's home to Keswick A.F.C, and can hold 1,800 fans. The landscape around the stadium is one of the most scenic you'll find, which gives match days a unique atmosphere. Keswick A.F.C competes in local leagues, and the football community here thrives in its small-town spirit. 11. Whitehaven A.F.C Ground, County Ground. Whitehaven A.F.C plays their matches at the county ground, with space for 2,000 spectators. Though known more for rugby league, Whitehaven has a passionate football following too. The ground might be on the smaller side, but it's seen some thrilling matches in its history. The tight-knit atmosphere ensures that every match feels like an event. 10. Kendal Town F.C Ground, Parkside Road. Kendal Town F.C plays their home games at Parkside Road, a ground with a capacity of 2,400. The club was founded in 1919 and has a long history in the Northern Premier League. The ground is modest but rich in character, and fans turn out in decent numbers to support their team. Kendal Town's black and white stripes are a staple of local football. 9. Whitehaven Miners Welfare Ground. Whitehaven Miners Welfare Ground is another sports ground in Whitehaven with a slightly larger capacity of 2,500. While primarily a venue for rugby, it occasionally hosts football matches. This is where the town comes together to celebrate sport, whether it's football or rugby, and it's a venue that holds a special place in local hearts. 8. Penrith F.C Stadium, Frenchfield Park. Frenchfield Park is home to Penrith F.C and can hold 3,500 fans. The stadium was built in 2009 to replace the older Southend Road ground, and it's a modern, well-maintained facility that hosts Northern League Division 1 matches. The club is well supported locally, and the ground is known for its welcoming atmosphere. Penrith may not be the largest club, but it has a solid fan base and is central to the town's sporting culture. 7. Raydale Park, Gretna F.C 2008. Raydale Park in Gretna may technically be just over the border in Scotland, but it's close enough to Cumberland to deserve a mention. With a capacity of 3,000, it was the home of Gretna F.C, which famously rose from non-league football to the Scottish Premier League in the mid-2000s. Today, Gretna F.C 2008 plays there, and while the glory days may have passed, the ground remains a historic and iconic venue. 6. Borough Park, Workington A.F.C. Borough Park is home to Workington A.F.C. with a capacity of 3,101. This historic ground has hosted football since 1937, and Workington A.F.C., also known as the Reds, have a rich history in non-league football. The stadium itself has seen better days, but it's still a vital part of the town's football identity. When the Reds play, Borough Park comes alive. 5. Guildford Park. Guildford Park is home to Carlisle City FC, and with a capacity of 3,500, it's one of the larger grounds in the area. The club plays in the Northern League Division 1 and has a solid local following. While Carlisle United may get more attention, Carlisle City has a loyal fan base, and the matches at Guildford Park are full of passion. 4. Holker Street. Holker Street is the home of Barrow A.F.C., and it has a capacity of 5,000. This historic stadium was built in 1909 and is steeped in football tradition. Barrow A.F.C. plays in League 2, and the ground has undergone some upgrades in recent years to meet league standards. It's a unique stadium with an old-school feel, and the atmosphere on match days is electric. 3. Derwent Park. Derwent Park is primarily known as a rugby league venue, but it's also used for football. With a capacity of 10,000, it's one of the larger grounds in Cumberland. It's home to Workington Town RLFC, but Workington A.F.C. also plays here on occasion. The stadium has seen some exciting rugby and football matches, and the shared space adds to its unique atmosphere. 2. Craven Park. Craven Park is another ground used primarily for rugby league, home to Barrow Raiders RLFC. However, football matches have been held here as well. With a capacity of 12,000, it's one of the biggest sports venues in the region. Built in 1931, the ground has a classic feel and is loved by both rugby and football fans alike. 1. Brunton Park. Finally, we reach the biggest stadium in Cumberland, Brunton Park. Home to Carlisle United, this historic ground can hold 17,949 fans and was built in 1909. It's one of the largest football stadiums in Northern England outside the big cities, and Carlisle United has a passionate following. The club has spent time in the Football League, and the stadium has seen plenty of highs and lows over the years. With its large capacity and historic charm, Brunton Park is the crown jewel of football in the region. And that wraps up our countdown of the biggest football stadiums in Cumberland and Westmorland. From tiny local grounds to larger stadiums with serious history, these venues all have one thing in common: a passion for the beautiful game. Football may look different here compared to the glitz of the Premier League, but the heart, soul, and dedication are just as strong. If you enjoyed this trip through football history, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.